Good morning, everybody. As you can see, it's absolutely beautiful, sunshiny day. This is my granddaughter, Alaina, and my grandson, Tyler. He's the one who's actually doing the filming. He's going to have carte blanche over what he wants to do with this whole video, and we're going to see how it turns out. So this morning, we've decided that we're going to take you on a tour of the greenhouse, and you're going to see what all we've got growing in here and going on inside. As we first come into the greenhouse, no, we're not growing grass because Bob cut the grass the other day and some flew into the baskets. But here we have some little teeny tiny. Now, honest to goodness, I have no idea which herb is which yet. I'm running an experiment because I want to learn to recognize them. And so this one's growing here, this little bitty stuff. Some of them aren't growing yet. So we have something growing here. And we have something growing here. And then over here in these buckets, we have a little something finally in this bucket growing. I didn't think these were ever going to come up. And then we have, this looks like parsley right here, but I'm not sure. And then we have something growing this one back here. Oops. So Alaina wants to tell you a little bit about our holes here.
Okay, so as you can see, there's two giant holes right here. These are really huge, by the way, because I can probably fit in. And these are going to be for orange trees. And there's going to be 2 orange trees going to be planting here very soon, hopefully. And they're going to grow here.
So we're hopeful of getting these not too terribly far in the future. Let me put my little...
Can I get in the hole to show them how big
Okay, so she wants you to know exactly how big this hole really is. It's 3 by 3 by 3. She's going to jump down in there. She's got more guts than I got. Go ahead.
I'm going to show you how deep this hole is.
So...
And this is how deep the hole is. It's very wide. It's like 2 feet wide, maybe 2.5 or 3 feet. And it's like 1.5 feet or 2 feet. It's pretty deep. And it's pretty big, and it can fit most of me.
Okay, come on out. So our first box that we're going to talk about is we have tomatoes, and there's tons of them. We've got lots of cherry tomatoes that are going to be cherried.
Yeah, these are really small, the cherry tomatoes, and they're not probably going to grow very big.
And so here's one tomato that's growing pretty big right here.
It's huge. It's really big. I pointed it out yesterday.
It's pretty big.
It's gonna.
The plant's got quite a few of them on there.
And over here,
all of the plants, all the tomato plants.
Tomatoes right here that are getting really big. Right here. There's 4 here. Maybe not that one's getting really big, but it's still pretty big. And there's like 3 or 4 here that are getting huge.
And then we have some more on these up here.
Right here, there's a huge one, right there. See it? This one and that one, they're really big. And here's that one. And over here we have
now this tomato right here, it looks all together different. And it is
a grape tomato.
An atomic grape tomato.
Yep.
So they're huge.
Oh, sorry. Yep,
they're not very small.
Come over here. Over here we have like 3 huge grape tomatoes. There's one here that's more round than like this shape, but it's still really big. Right there. I don't know if you can see it. Right there. It's huge. And over here we have a bunch of smaller ones.
So,
some of them are quite big, but most of them are small. Because I think these are pretty much turning out. So they're probably going to get bigger
I hope they can hear you, Alaina, because the mic's over here and you're over there, and I don't know if they'll be able to hear what you said or not. Okay, so the next box we're going to talk about is the one that we had the Swiss chard in and all the kales. Bob yesterday, or Grumpy, took out all of the Swiss chard yesterday, and he planted in its place sunflowers. So we're going to have some really tall sunflowers in here, and which will help to pretty up the place a little bit instead of everything just being plain green. The next box contains Brussels sprouts and cauliflower and various peppers. Now here is interesting thing. We've been waiting weeks and weeks and weeks for these to start growing. In fact, we were going to pull them up because we didn't think they were going to grow. But thankfully, Bob happened to look a little further, and right in here,
there's one growing.
Right
Finally.
down there, you can see the little white
Cauliflower.
head of cauliflower.
Yep. Right there. Deep in there, but
So,
it's
to say the least, we decided we weren't going to destroy the plants because apparently they're late bloomers. So,
they're just lazy. They're just lazy.
well,
didn't wanna
they just
grow.
take a little longer than the other plants. Now, I'm going to let Tyler go to the other side, and he's going to show you the pepper plants and any and all little peppers that he's going to just race past it to show you a little bit about what kind of peppers are growing over there.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Tyler. So we have various different types of peppers that are growing. There's jalapeno peppers, there's habanero peppers. Now, I don't like hot food myself, but Bob really enjoys jalapenos. And
finger long. My finger long.
don't hold that too long, girlie. And don't put your hands in your mouth afterwards. You will be burning. So the next box we're looking at, and I'm going to let Alaina actually step back there and stand beside of this one here. So go ahead, Alaina, go through there. I want you to see the size of these cabbage plants in retrospect of a 10-year-old.
The middle of it is huge. It's like half my head, basically. It's like head size. And these huge leaves are the size of my stomach.
You'll have to,
stomach.
yeah.
They're huge.
So it's really, really big. As we go down more forward down this direction, I'll let him zero in on this plant right here. It's just massive. We're growing a cone-shaped cabbage instead of a rounder cabbage. And then he planted in this row, he planted some, where it used to be broccoli. He's got soybeans that are going to grow, black soybeans.
Yesterday, that was gone because it was done growing. So now he put in.
So here we have sweet banana peppers he put right here at the end of the row. I hope I can eat these things. Here are all of our cucumbers. Whoops,
Wait, I want.
sorry.
Okay.
Here's all of our cucumbers, so as you can see. Okay, so Alaina, just make sure of one thing. When you have a cucumber plant, if you rub against it with your arm, you're going to start itching. And it's going to itch for a long time.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not slapping you. I'm just getting a mosquito. That mosquito was huge. I didn't mean to scare you.
Nah, probably.
Okay.
Anyway, over here we have cucumber plants, and I have to tell you there are two types of cucumber plants. There's a male and a female. The males have the pollen, and the females have the
flower that will make
little
them grow.
cucumber inside the little thing right there. Right there inside it. You can see that it has a cucumber growing. And this one is a female and this one is a male. You can tell because there's a cucumber growing right here. And there's not one growing on that one. So you have to be very careful with the females and the males because you can get the pollen out of the males and put it into the females. Then the cucumber will grow. And it's very important to do that because if you don't, the cucumbers will not grow and you won't have any cucumbers.
So we're going to show you, if we can get these fire ants off, we're going to show you what she's talking about. Right here in the center, you know, of every plant that's a flower, you always have where the pollen's at. So here's the little pollinator.
Yep, right there.
Down in the center. And all you have to do, because we have to pollinate these ourselves.
With the female inside of it.
You have to go like this and let it touch and rub some pollen off. And then that cucumber will actually start to grow bigger.
Yeah, it will get bigger as the days go by and soon it will be a huge cucumber and the flower will probably fall off.
Yes. Okay, let's go on to the end.
Over here we have squash. As you can see, these flowers are huge. They're really big flowers and they grow the squash. As you can see, there are tiny squashes and where the flowers are. The flowers are growing on the butts of the squashes, basically. Kind of funny. So there's yellow squash there. One right there. You can see it. And there's a flower on it.
Now take them around that outer edge and go up towards the fans. And there they will see that there is also zucchini squash, which is a green squash.
Come this way.
You're going to have to speak really loud for them to hear you on this mic. We feel like we're in a jungle. So down here, you'll notice there's one in there.
There's a couple right here. Squash.
Now remember, the big ants on the ground, they bite, but they don't have venom. It just feels like something bit you, but it don't hurt you. Completes our greenhouse tour for today. Hope you enjoyed it. I know my grandchildren, they did. They like talking and doing things that are interesting. So have a blessed day. Thank you so much again for coming with me into Granny and Grandpa's Greenhouse.